Yo, for this video, it's going to be the Celtics recap and my top 5 most underrated players. Um, I'm not gonna, that's the only category that I decided on doing because, first of all, I couldn't really think of too many besides like hustle players and like best defensive players, but I figured even if I did that, my video would just be like so long, and I want to fit my underrated players and this one and the Celtics recap in this video. And I tend to make my videos pretty long, so I don't want to make like 3 videos. So for the Celtics recap, Celtics did not start Garnett, obviously out with an injury, Pierce or Ray Allen. Garnett has said he's deciding on when he's playing his playoff games. The injury coach or the trainer has said he's given KG freedom to do whatever he wants. He can play in any game he wants. He can sit out whenever he wants. So that's what's going to go for the playoffs. But as for last night, the Celtics' leading scorer was Glenn Big Baby Davis with 21. Eddie House coming off the bench with 20, and Rajon Rondo, who I thought would do the best out of all of them, has 0 points. Go figure. Leon Powe did really good. Very underrated player. Not in my top 5, but he is. Double-double, 18 and 13. Very, very deceptively strong. Doesn't look as strong as some guys in the league, but he really is. Marbury got a lot of playing time. Being the backup usually, but he played most of the game, had 9 points and 8 assists, and has really surprised Doc Rivers with his passing ability. He didn't really know he could pass this well until he came to a team that was already gelling. So he looks like he fits the mold pretty well there. Onto the Wizards side, Butler just exploded with the last game of the season with 39 points to go along with 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Also, great games from JaVale McGee and Nick Young, who both had 17. And since we only dressed 8 players, and I believe it was Crittenton who had an ankle injury, so we ended up only having 7 available players for the last portion of the game. So, I mean that's just the story of the season. So Petrov actually got a lot of playing time, 10 rebounds for Petrov. I'm going to go into I'm going to talk about every player in my next video, what they need to improve on and stuff, so I'll leave that for later. But right now, this is my top 5 most underrated players in the league. Number 5 goes to Andris Beatrins, not a player that not that many people know of. I believe he's from Latvia. He's pretty tall. I think he might be a 7-footer. Not the strongest, not the longest of any player. Not the quickest really, but he gets rebounds. He's a hustle player, and he scores too. I believe in the beginning of the season he had at least 10 double-doubles in a row. I don't care who you are, those are good numbers. He deserves more recognition as not just a decent player, not just a role player, but a good player on his team. Number 4, I'm giving to Jose Calderon on the Raptors. Last season is where he really emerged as a star, with TJ Ford getting injured. That's how a lot of people, get their shot at playing. and boy did he make use of it. He came in, people not really knowing who he was, not really knowing what he's about. He's not really like the best one-on-one player, but he can make threes, he can pass damn good, hardly gets any turnovers. I know last year I had him on my fantasy basketball team. He was like an owner's dream. 10 assists with 1 or even 0 turnovers. That's incredible. So yeah, I think for Jose Calderon, deserves more recognition. All these players do, really, but he deserves more recognition as one of the elite point guards in the league. Not really scoring point guards, although he can knock down the 3 and he can occasionally get to the bucket, but definitely a great point guard in this league. Number 3 goes to Andre Iguodala. Did not make the All-Star game. I don't believe he's made one in his career. And if he doesn't make one in the rest of his career, that will be robbery. He is a tremendously talented player, almost every aspect of the game. If he can develop a great three-point shot, All-Star, no doubt. He's got the mid-range jumper. He's a good one-on-one player for sure. He can slam it like no other. And I think he got snubbed on this All-Star game, along with a few other guys. You know, people always get snubbed, but I think he got definitely a snub this year. 2 goes to my biggest snub of the All-Star game, of anyone, East or West. Al Jefferson. Now, during the time of the All-Star break, I think he was averaging close to 22 and 10. I know what you're gonna say. The T-Wolves can't win. He's not leading them to victories. Let me tell you what. You're scoring 22 points and 10 rebounds a game. I mean, you see how hard he's trying. He deserves to make the All-Star game. I mean, he has no one around him. Literally no one. The T-Wolves are in like desperate need of a second player. I know they got like Mike Miller and a couple other guys, but they really need another scorer. And I think what he did was more than enough to make it to the All-Star game. And I think he got robbed. My number 1 most underrated player in the NBA right now, you may disagree with me here. This is all my opinion. I'd like to see, if you want, you can actually comment. Tell me your top 5 underrated players. I'd like to see it. My number 1 most underrated player is Andre Miller on the Sixers. This guy can do it all. I really think he can. And I'm almost positive he's not made one All-Star game. This guy can shoot, he can pass, he can drive. He's also very smart, technically smart. He knows how to get to the foul line. He knows how to draw a defender in and then kick it out. And he knows how to run the break well. He always looks for Iggy on alley-oops, and a few other guys on the team down there, and like Thaddeus Young. But I really think, out of anyone on this list, if you're going to say like, damn, I'm gonna check him out next year, watch out for Andre Iguodala. Get him on your fantasy team next year. He is a good, solid player, and I'm not saying all-star material, I'm not sure, but he's a damn good player. That's it for my last recap video of the year, and for my top 5 most underrated players. This video is about to end, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to make one more video on the player recap, and until then, next year for the Wizards, baby.